And good morning, welcome to the Uptown Loop. My name is driving the bus, and I'm Richard, your tour guide. Just to your right there, we have engine 54, ladder floor battalion 9. Finds you coming in with lose 15 out of 19 men on the attacks of 9/11. Also, upcoming on the left here with the Worldwide Plaza, but from 1926 until the year 1963, where the 3rd Madison Square Garden was one time located. Being our Maryland saying happy birthday to John F. Kennedy. Also the boxers Jake LaMotta, Muhammad Ali. I had boxing championships. It's also where Women's Lifetime Television is located. And actually before it was Studio 54, it was a television studio where Jackie Gleason shot the Honeymooners television show. Also the children's show Captain Kangaroo was taped there as well. Also coming on your right will be the soup sign, to be inspiration for the Nazi soup episode from the television series Seinfeld. And right ahead of us, this statue is of Christopher Columbus with the Niña de Pinto in Santa Maria. This area we're in now is known as Columbus Circle. Also, we have any Ghostbuster fans on board. Over to your right here, this white building. To go around it is where the giant Marshmallow Man made his first appearance in the movie Ghostbusters. As we go. Now that'll be the Time Warner building. To right this in where the Marshmallow Man made his first appearance on the movie Ghostbusters. Also, this building just in front of us on the top floor for a long plane had a penthouse in the 1978 movie Superman. This scene happened in the late Christopher. This up to you up there is the entrance to Central Park and the entrance to USS Maine that was blown up in Vancouver in the year 1898. On level of the Trump International Hotel and Tower, one of 7 Trump buildings he has here in New York City. Where you see the big globe there, one time that's the entrance to the building. Trump had a few little specialized in feng shui. Since you move your entrance over to this side of the building, your pen goes with the flow of traffic rather than against it. Also, whenever they're in town, both Janet Jackson and Sophia Loren have apartments in this Trump building. And to right here is the Central Park, 2.5 miles long, 843 acres, designed by Box Olmsted. Also, Central Park is totally man-made. It took 15 years to develop, and they used German, Italian, and Irish immigrants to build Central Park. And one block up, the brown apartment building there is where Madonna lives when she's in New York. I'm driving in front of the West Side YMCA building. Also, pretty much to your right, we have the Sesame Street characters in this building here, to our right. And it's hard to see from here, but straight ahead through the trees, there's a building there we can see partially. As we get closer, we'll get a better view. It has kind of a black dome on the top of it. There's a hotel that was once known as the Ansonia, which went up in the year 1904. No, because during its heyday, Live Seal performed in the front fountain in the front lobby of the Ansonia. I was one time they had cows, chickens, and geese on the rooftop. You should get fresh eggs and milk for your breakfast in the morning. Also, the walls are very thick at the Ansonia because a lot of musicians live there. So you can practice as loud as you want to without disturbing your next door neighbor. Also, the thickness of the walls save the landlord from having to buy fire insurance. And also Babe Ruth, the baseball star, and the theatrical producer from Len Goodfeldt. At one time, both lived in the Ansonia with their wives on one floor. They were each having mistress living on a separate floor of the building. Also back in the early 1970s, a young singer by the name of Bette Midler got her first break at the Ansonia Hotel with her piano player Barry Manilow. Where you see all the trees on the other side of the lake will be Verde Square. Also, just off to the left, you can see the water towers on top of these older buildings there. They then provide fresh water for people who live in the buildings. And the water comes down from the Croton Reservoir located up in Westchester, New York. The towers are built to about 350,000 gallons, are made of redwood. And they're replaced every 35 to 40 years or so. And of course on the newer condo and apartment buildings, they usually now try and hide the water towers. Also, New York City goes to 1.3 billion gallons of water on a daily basis. A few garbage collectors here.
No, not yet.
Also here on Columbus Avenue on the Upper West Side, a lot of the best restaurants of the city are located in this area. Carla. And when Carla, I think in Lady Dakota, kids would be too frightened to ring his doorbell on Halloween, they were frightened that Frankenstein might show up. Designed the Plaza Hotel. And located just across the street off to your right is where you'll find Strawberry Fields, Yoko Ono's tribute to John Lennon. This building known as the San Remo, where Dustin Hoffman and Demi Moore live when they're in town. And across here, the Kenilworth, where Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones live there in the city. This building to our left is the New York Historical Society Museum, over 200 years old. As you'll about, you see the hyphen between New and York. Out here at the Museum of Natural History, which opened up in 1888. And we're constantly sending explorers all over the world. We have exhibits for the Museum of Natural History. Also, they have a big dinosaur exhibit, the horse exhibit, and amphibian exhibit here. Also, the statue of Teddy Roosevelt on the horse. Across the street to up, we have a building known as the Beresford, which has comedian Jerry Seinfeld and John McEnroe live in there. And also, before plans got underway for Central Park, this area is known as Seneca Village. Many Afro-American and Irish people lived here. They had their own churches and schools, and of course homes. But once plans got underway to build Central Park, Seneca Village was torn down and would be forced to move elsewhere. And we're going to be turning left here to the right, and we are in the area known as the Upper West Side. We're up until about the early 1980s. It's considered quite unfashionable to live in this part of town, even though it was one of the cheapest places to live in the city. But today, like all of the rest of the city, a lot of the buildings have now gotten co-op. And if you're looking to find a rental, a studio will start about $3,000 a month. And two-bedroom condo can go as high as $21.5 million. Plus, of course, your monthly maintenance fees to live in the area known as the Upper West Side. Also, we notice a few yellow cabs riding around here. And there's roughly about 13,000 of them. And most of them like to ride around here on Manhattan Island. Many people here see the movie Vanilla Sky with Tom Cruise. As we turn right on the right, look down to your left, be the viaduct, as our cruise veered off the road in the movie Vanilla Sky. Kids are on the one shower. Had the big fight scene in the film version of West Side Story. And upcoming on your right into the for the Cathedral of St. John the Divine, an Episcopalian church where the first stone was laid in the year 1892. It's still a constant work in progress. They still have 2 towers yet to be built for Cathedral of St. John. So constantly having dinners, jazz concerts, all kinds of fundraisers to continue to raise money for the Cathedral of St. John the Divine. Also the bishop in residence here. To your right, this building also looks like a church. Actually, this is a high school. Also, right here, the statue of St. Michael slaying Lucifer in the courtyard. There's also a peacock that you sometimes run around the courtyard here. And off to your right will be the Cathedral of St. John the Divine. And if we turn left at Columbia, we'll be at Teachers College. It's on the right-hand side here. So teachers come to upgrade their teaching skills. Also, Shirley Chisholm, the first Afro-American woman elected to Congress, came here as the sex therapist Dr. Ruth Westheimer attended Teachers College.